is going on, everybody? My name is Cody, and I just got done with a 2 or so hour long game session with Ryan on Ark, and now we are going to be doing just a regular video. Thank God, because Ark trolling my friends is a lot of work. So I'm going to try to see if I can make my microphone a little bit less from 1,000 miles away. And if you hear a little hum, I'm sorry. I'm back at the house and the air conditioner is on, and thank God for that, because it gets hot in here. So anyway, in this video I've already set up the mods. Like, this world's kind of a brick, but when I do make the new world, it'll be a little bit better. I'm working on a much smaller screen than I'm used to, but so basically what we're doing here is we're gonna try to build a pretty basic ship, basic as far as mine go. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and start with a frame. This is basically going to be a reboot of the Let's Build a Ship series. So without further ado, let us begin. So basically, when you're wanting to build a ship, the first thing you should focus on is get at least most of the frame of your ship done, like for real. So I'm thinking building a ship, matter of fact, let's just go ahead and 86 everything we don't need, because I'm sick and tired of looking at every single thing in here. Like you can see, the kit I normally follow, and for the life of me, I never can keep these the way they need to be kept. Why? I never can. It's infuriating. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and armor block that. We're gonna go ahead and set all this up. I wanted you guys to see how this setup actually goes. So we got that. Alright, that should get us good to go on that. Now we're gonna go ahead and obviously I'm using a lot of different mods, but these principles will apply to anybody that doesn't want to use those mods. I like the deuterium reactors just because they A, look cool, and B, don't suck. So we're gonna go ahead and use deuterium. If I can remember how in the hell to spell it. Alright, so this is gonna be a small ship, or small block ship. So, and the reason I want to use small blocks is because it is multiple reasons, but I found out that it's easier to manage. You can build better in a way. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna make yeah, why not? We'll put some medium reactors. We'll use the X-Part batteries. And all of these mods can be found on the Steam Workshop, and obviously I'm a huge fan of the Izimuth mod series. We're gonna go ahead and use one of those, and maybe we'll garnish it later, but right now, no. And this is also going to help a little bit with how to handle a few other things which just needed to die, because they are infuriating. So we're gonna go ahead. I want to keep those, and the reason you'll see that I'm not building lights into a system, it's multifold. But for now, in true me fashion, we're gonna go based on color coordination. So we're gonna start with the power plant, obviously, which is something I like doing. Conveyor. Yes. Haha. So what we gotta do now, we're gonna go ahead and in my ship designs, as anybody that has seen them before knows, I go based on a color coordination on... Okay. Sorry, I had to check my phone. Okay. So, basically I'm going to try to break this video down into smaller bits, so you won't have to dissect as much information. But if you follow this particular set of do's and don'ts, you'll be able to build your own ships and make them cool and all that stuff, and I won't get badgered every like 5 minutes over how I did something. So basically this is going to be the top of our reactor. This is going to be a low output reactor, essentially, like compared to the full version anyway. It's going to be the low output, and that's what we want. We want it to be a little lower ended reactor, and we could build the bigger reactor later on. So the reason I didn't put this into a frame is because I can copy and paste the blocks, and it'll save a considerable amount of time naturally. So when you see something like that, which is not how it's supposed to go, by the way, I'm gonna go ahead and copy it. Like right now we are just doing this for the sake of trying to measure everything up, and the cool thing about the technique I'm currently using is that it makes it a lot harder to really screw up, which is definitely a plus. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Like, this will be what it looks like inside the wall. So imagine right here, if you will, multiple pieces. So we're gonna go ahead and, what else can I do here? Maybe some light reactors. Just maybe, probably maybe. So if we wanted to go down that route, we'd do something about like that. Like, we could do something like that, and you stay right where I want you. So as you can see, we actually do have some direction of intellect. Now, you could set these up eventually to allow you to do a few things, but for right now, that's not how we're going to do. So in this configuration as it sits, we can either bolt it into a wall like so, or we could bolt it to the ground like so, and have it kind of just run as a normal connector. But since I'm a little bit OCD, we're going to go ahead and undo that whole thing that got deleted. The game's been acting a little bit weird lately, so I'm trying to compensate. We're going to put some of these glow blocks in. Now, those are important to note, as they are a absolutely fantastic compensation for the fact that the game's core systems won't really appreciate lighting, like actual lighting. So what we're going to do, like, this is a much less complicated version of a reactor system I've already developed, and it's basically to show the principle of how to build one of these. When you want to build something fast, you want to be able to make as many copies as you possibly can in a short period of time, which is important naturally. So we're going to go ahead and run on the assumption that we can actually do that. So in this case, we're going to go ahead and cut out the center piece only, and we're going to go ahead and extend the view angle, because, you know, we got that nice little deuterium fusion reactor there. We want to show it off. We want to have people look and go, damn, I wish I was that ship's captain. And you know how it is. You know how we do. You know how we do things. Or you know how I do things, I should say. So if I can remember the bloody button. There we go. Very good. Okay. So we have that. And we'll leave these white, I guess, because they add a little bit of color depth. Now, the cool thing here is we could set this reactor up to be any direction we want. We could have it in the floor like so. We could have it like this. We can have it in the wall like that. And it's entirely reversible. So that's one thing we want, because we can just sit there and set up the parameters. Say this is a Unit 1 reactor or a Unit 2 reactor or whatever. You can go in, change the names on the grouping, and then put it back in. If you hid everything, then boom, you have your classification that you need. Instead of going in looking at 10,000 things, you only have to go, oh, by the way, this one was already changed over to be Unit 2 or Unit 1, and then you can independently shut down each cell or turn each cell on, which will allow you to prioritize your energy output. So that being said, this is the very much the most rudimentary way I handle my ship designs. And, I missed those. Okay, that's fine. So we're going to go ahead and we already have a general consensus on where we're going here. So we're going to go ahead and do this. And then do this. And then if we build it into anything in particular, we can go from there. Like, what we're going to do right now is we're going to build the reactor bay around these reactors, which is what I want. I personally prefer my systems to be in a built in its own ecosystem, is one way to describe it. Like, I'd like it to be in a system that allows it to do whatever it's going to do. So basically make it to where every part you can get reversible to be reversible, and it will save a tremendous amount of heartache in the long run. So we're gonna go ahead and rotate everything around here, and we're gonna base this off of a system that just sits there and does its thing, minds its own business, blah blah blah. It's cool to look at. That's great. So at this point, this particular reactor cell should be able to generate at least somewhere between 5 to 10 gigawatts. Excuse me. So 5 to 10 gigawatts of power is what I'm expecting out of this system. And we're going to try to figure out exactly how much it is, because one of the other big things that I see people not doing is figuring out how deep of a budget they might have, or how gimped of a budget they might have. And that's a crying shame, because a lot of people want to build certain things and then they find out their stuff is way too heavy, or it's just not stable. And that's why you guys can probably, I'm not entirely sure, but you can probably see the FPS counter on my screen. As you can see, like right now there's very little load because I have everything set to windowed mode, 720p. I don't need 1080p for what I'm currently doing. So, which of course is getting you guys these videos as fast as I can, because that's what I want to do. So since we have this now, we have our baseline design, and then we are going to try to find control panels. And once we get those control panels, we can just pick a damn spot. Okay, so go ahead and hide all that. and we're going to say these are reactor core 1 power systems and save. Now we can just sit there and set that terminal, or that entire thing, to hide, which at this point we already know exactly what to expect. So there's that. And yeah, so basically what we do is we get like at least the master version, and then we can make multiple copies. So unit 2, unit 3, unit 4, unit whatever, and then eventually you can get them to work together, and amazing things will start happening. But yeah, guys, that particular thing is going to do it for this video, because I am extremely tired. So I thank you guys very much for watching. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you dislike it, leave a dislike and a comment down below to explain why you didn't enjoy the video, and let's get a conversation rolling about it. And hopefully you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you guys later. Have a good one, everybody.